Oh my God, it's Dr. Demento!
I wanted to get some new girlfriends, so I went and bought a Mercedes-Benz, a waste of money, $8,000 down the drain. I thought the girls would get wild and reckless, so I bought cultured pearls and a diamond necklace, a waste of money. That cost me $4,000 more. They were returned. I got no girls, they repossessed both the car and the pearls. I styled my hair just like Cary Grant's. Bought a pair of those new tight pants, a waste of money. Household finance took my pants. The female gender, I just don't get it. Just when I'm out of both cash and credit, I found a honey. And this is what's funny. She don't need my money. She works for household finance.
Sold a hammer to the Pentagon, to the bing bang, to the Pentagon, and I'm living in Florida, for they made me a millionaire. They gave me $700 for every silly little hammer, for I sold them to the Pentagon, and they made me a millionaire. So you sell the nails to the bing bang, to the Pentagon, yes, you sell them nails, and they'll make you a millionaire. Sold a coffee pot to the Pentagon, to the hee-haw, to the Pentagon, and I'm living on a golf course, for they made me a millionaire. They gave me $5,000 for every silly little coffee pot, for I sold them to the Pentagon, and they made me a millionaire. So you sell our coffee to the hee-haw, to the Pentagon, yes, you sell them coffee, and they'll make you a millionaire. Sold a toilet seat to the Pentagon, to the Yahoo, to the Pentagon, and I'm living in a condo, for they made me a millionaire. They gave me $600 for every folding little toilet seat, for I sold them to the Pentagon, and they made me a millionaire. So you know what you can sell to the Yahoo, to the Pentagon, yes, you know what you can sell, and they make you a millionaire.
Two songs there about the waste of money. First we had Alan Sherman and one you'll find on a just-released album called A Gift of Laughter, the Best of Alan Sherman, Volume 2, and Sold a Hammer to the Pentagon by Tom Paxton from his latest album, 1 Million Lawyers and Other Disasters. Hello there.
Yes, my name is Dale Neuheiser from Decatur, Illinois. We listen to you, Doctor, on WJMU Decatur. And what I would like to hear is a song that we can't find anywhere, The Hillbilly Sucker and the Deck of Cards by Simon Crumb, released on Capitol Records.
It is a scarce one. Simon Crumb is a pseudonym for Ferlin Husky, fairly well-known country singer for 3 decades or so. This is a long unavailable collector's item inspired by a monologue that used to be very popular about a soldier who is called on the carpet for playing cards in church, and he gets out of it by explaining that each of the cards in the deck has religious significance. Well, here's old Simon with his parody on that, Hillbilly's Deck of Cards.
Friends, this is Simon Crumb with the story about the hillbilly sucker and a deck of cards. A bunch of boys was playing poker in a little town back home behind the general store. And one old boy kept watching them, and they said, "Come on, get in the game." He wouldn't do it. They said, "Why not?" He wouldn't tell them. They kept asking him, and he never would tell them. Finally, he broke down, and he told them. He said, "You see, fellers, that ace reminds me of the first and last trip I went to a town called Reno, Nevada. The deuce, well, that makes me think of the 2 days and nights that it took me to get to this town of one-armed bandits, card sharks, and sharpshooters. The tray, well, that's the 3 card. That's how many there was in our party. There was 3 of us, me and my wife and another hillbilly sucker that went along with us to help us drive. The 4, well, that's the time of day that we got there, 4 o'clock in the morning, and at 4 o'clock the next morning, we were still at it. The 5, let me see the 5. Oh, I don't remember what the 5 means, but the 6, well, that's after I quit playing poker and tried that other game, you know, that long green table, and you roll them things with the white spots on them down it. Well, a 6 is what I've come up on me after I rolled. The 7, you guessed it, the 7 is what I got. The 8, well, that makes me think of all the 8 balls that was up there. 9, that's a number of livestock that I sold to get enough money to get up there. There was 4 old sows, 3 white-faced heifers, and 2 shoats. The 10, well, that reminds me of the 10,000 times I wished that I'd have stayed at home. The queen, oh, that queen, that was my loving wife that stood right by my side and lost twice as much as I did. The king, that's what I thought I'd be when I got back home with all that loot that I didn't get in with. The jack, well, that's the dirty devil with a diamond-studded tie pin and a big zircon ring on his finger that made a pass at my wife, and she was sucker enough to fall for him, caused me to knock 2 of her teeth out and send him rolling through a plate glass window. There's 4 suits in the deck of cards, fellers. That's a number of policemen that beat the tar out of me. There was 4 of them. They beat me up and throwed me in the jug. 365 spots on a deck of cards. Well, that's how much money I had in my pocket when they throwed me in jail. $365, and I paid it to one of them shyster lawyers to defend me, and he didn't even show up at the trial. There's 12 picture cards, and that's how many men there was on the jury. There was 12 of them, and every dad-burn one of them was as crooked as a barrel of snakes. 52 cards in the deck, that's how many weeks that I had to spend in the jug over this little incident. So you see, fellas, this deck of cards ain't only to blame for me losing all of my money, my wife, my home, and all of my livestock, but also it's causing me to go through life as an ex-convict, a jailbird, a criminal, a wife-beater, a peace disturbator, and a good-for-nothing low-down scoundrel and a gambler. Neighbors, this ain't no fairy tale. I know, because I was that sucker. Ho, ho, well, that's life for you.
I was sitting in a coffee shop just minding my own affairs when all of a sudden this policeman caught me unawares. He said, "Is your name Pedro?" I said, "Yeah, I guess so." He said, "Then come with me, because you're the man we've been looking for." I said, "Hey, man, I've been framed." Hey, no, really, man, I was framed. I never do nothing wrong, man, but every time I get the blame, I've been framed. They put me in the lineup and let the bright lights shine. There was 10 poor dudes like me standing in that line. I knew I was a victim of somebody's evil plan when the scroungy-looking dude came up and said,
"Yeah, that's him, man."
"Hey, wait a minute, man, I've been framed, man. Oh, listen to me, Judge, I was framed. I never do nothing wrong. Oh, but every time I get the blame. Hey, I've been framed." Then the prosecuting attorney started prosecuting on me. That dude gave me the first, second, and third degree. He said, "Where were you on the night of July 29th. I said, man, I was home in bed. He said, Judge, that man's lying. I said, wait a minute, man, I was praying, man. Hey, Judge, listen to me, man. Really, you gotta believe me, I've been praying, man. I never do nothing wrong. Oh, but every time I get the blame. Oh, I was framed. Now, look, I deny the charges of having any weed. And I also deny the charges of taking any speed. I deny the charges of selling any grass. But when the judge looked down and said guilty, I said, Judge, you can kiss my brain. Yes, I'm telling you the truth, I was framed, man. I never do nothing wrong. But every time I get the blame. Hey, I was framed. Oh, framed, man. You gotta believe me, Judge, that wasn't even my stuff. I was holding it for a friend, man. Could this face lie, man? Oh, come on, Judge, don't send me to camp, man. I just got my car fixed, man. Look, I just got a new tattoo and everything, man. Oh, man, what a bumper, man. Hey, come on, Judge, give me a break, man, please. Oh, Judge, come on, man, don't take me away. I was framed, man. Really, I've been framed.
I'm Cheech and Chong on the Dr. Demento Show, where their update of an R&B tune first came out in 1954, done by the Robins. It was their follow-up to Riot in Cell Block Number 9. And we had Simon Crumb, otherwise known as Ferlin Husky, with a Hillbilly's Deck of Cards.
Just the two of us.
Uh-oh, it's gonna pour.
Quick, into this phone booth.
What, two of us in there?
Come on, you're getting soaked. Squeeze in here.
Just the two of us.
That clean, crisp Dentine taste makes it nicer to get close. Not even mouthwash freshens your breath better than when you're chewing Dentine.
What if the phone rings?
We let it ring. Dentine, for the two of you.
Just the two of us, you and I.
We got a little bit of Paola coming up next on the Dr. Demento Show.
Off the top on one more beer. Hold the phone up to your ear. Dial that number one more time. Get that DJ on the line.
Hello. This Ralph Emery? Yeah, Ralph Emery, the disc jockey who plays country western cowboy records on electric radio. Yeah, well, this is Don Bowman. Bowman. Yes, sir. I got a new record out, and I sent you 500 copies, and I ain't heard it played yet. And I just... What? Hello? Hello? Well, you rotten.
Off the top on one more beer. Hold the phone up to your ear. Dial that number one more time. Get that DJ on the line.
Hello? Mr. Emery? This is Don Bowman again. Yeah. Listen, I got this new record out, like I was telling you, on Lard Bucket Records, and it's called, Lard Bucket. You think that's funny, huh? Well, you. The Ralph Emery Show isn't so hot sounding either. Yeah, super mouth. I've heard your radio show. All I was calling about is seeing if you'd played my record on your show. Well, what do you want, flowers? Hello?
Off the top on one more beer. Hold the phone up to your ear. Dial that number one more time. Get that DJ on the line.
Hello. Hey, Emery. This is Don Bowman. Look, sweetheart, you hang up that phone again, I'm gonna mash your ass. You bet you're a sweet pooper. I called up nice and polite to ask you to play my record on your radio show, and you get cute. Nobody likes a smart Emery. All I want is you to play the record. And with Martha White and her flower and the truck stops too. Yeah. What about the 500 copies? You sell them, you hello? Hello? Well, you rotten son.
Pop the top on one more beer. Hold the phone up to your ear. Dial that number one more time. Get that DJ on the line.
Hello. Hey, dummy. You hang up that phone again, and I'm gonna stomp the. I sent you 500 copies of the record, and it ain't been played yet. Now play the radio.
Don Bowman on the Dr. Demento Show with Hello DJ, released in 1972. Once again, the media watchdogs of America are howling about payola like they did in 1959-60. Record promotion today is a totally different business from what it was then, but the headlines do give us a great excuse for playing a wonderful routine that Stan Freberg, together with Jesse White and a cast of dozens, recorded back in 1960. Let me give you just a bit of background on this. When the payola scandal broke in 1959 and people like Dick Clark and Alan Freed were implicated, many Americans jumped to the conclusion that it was only because of payola that rock and roll music had become popular in the first place. And if payola could be banned, then rock and roll would go away and the big bands would come back and music would be beautiful again, just like it was in 1940. This sketch was done from that point of view.
All right, we got the tenor sax, vocal group, piano, drums, and guitar. We're all set to make a hit rock and roll record. Now let's hear it. Hold it. Something's missing.
A teenage idol, man. You have a teenage idol.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wait here. I'll get one. Hey, kid.
Who, me?
Yeah, can you sing?
No.
Good, come with me. Say, where were you going just now?
I was on my way to high school.
Perfect. Now you stand up there in front of that microphone and say high school when I point at you. Kid, you're gonna be a big record star.
Ooh.
Hey, that's good too. Throw that in. Now here we go.
High school. Ooh, ooh. High school. Ooh, high school. High school. High school.
Hey, wait a minute. What did you put that on the end for?
Well, it was just a little, embellishment.
Oh, yeah? Well, you keep that up, and the first thing you know, this record will swing. And then where'll we be?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, that's the first side.
Isn't that a kind of short song?
Yeah, it gets more plays that way.
Oh,
Hey, by the way, what's your name?
Clyde Ankle.
Perfect.
But I can't sing.
Well, what's that got to do with anything? You got all the requirements. A pretty face and a pompadour.
Well, do I get to pose beside a tiger?
Nah, that's been done. Maybe we'll get you a moose.
Well, maybe now I can have my admiroids taken out.
What, and ruin your amateur standing?
Well, could you at least get me a date with that mouseketeer that grew up?
All right, we'll see.
Oh, boy.
Now, you're gonna go 3 nights a week for finger snapping lessons.
Ooh, I've wanted to do that as long as I've been in showbiz.
Hey, wait a second. How long you been in showbiz?
About a minute and a half.
Oh. Now, let's see if you can act humble in front of the press.
Okay. Oh, I'll never replace Elvis.
All right.
He's the king.
All right,
boy.
all right, already. Don't overdo it.
Hey, how can we be sure the girls are going to scream at me?
Ah, don't worry, will you, kid? I got a screaming machine right here.
Yeah?
It replaces a teenage audience. We put it in the back of the auditorium, push the button, Panicsville. Here, listen. Will you get out of that drummer's lap?
Wow, you bent my cymbal, man.
Now, here's some variations. Whoops, wrong crowd. Well, let's do the other side of the record. I'll turn on the machine here and there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you can get, conditioned to it.
Yeah, okay. What am I going to use for words on this side?
Who cares? Say the first thing that comes into your head.
Okay. What are you going to do with that sharp stick?
Oh, never mind what I'm going to do with it. Just sing, will you? Here we go.
When I was on my way to high school, when a guy came through the door, woo, and he said he's gonna make me a big record star. But since I can't sing, woo, he says it doesn't matter, woo, he said you got a pretty face and a pompadour. What you doing with that stick, man? Pretty face, woo, and long black hair to toss, woo, with the possible exception of Blue Cross.
Oh, perfect. Stick with me, kid. Clyde Ankle is going to jump up the charts.
Here's if you keep on with that stick, man.
All right.
Well, you really think you can get any disc jockeys to play my songs?
It's getting tougher, but I'm on my way to see one right now. On the other side of the record.
Oh, boy.
Right after I stop off at the bank.
The old paler old blues, huh?
What kind of crack is that? That's an insult to my integrity.
Your name is what?
Barney Schlock. I got this little record company.
Uh-huh.
Obscurity Records?
It would be,
Look, I know the probe is on, but I got a record here that's got to happen. High School Ooh-Ooh by Clyde Ankle. How's about it, baby? You want to jump on it?
Crazy. Lay it on the floor.
Lay it on the floor. Hey, that's pretty good. I got to remember that. Shall we say 50 clams a week to ride it? Huh? I mean, really ride it?
Man, I wouldn't ride something called High School Ooh-Ooh if it had a Vicuña saddle.
Yeah, but...
You got the wrong disc jockey in the wrong station, Clyde.
Barney, look, if it gets in the top 40, you'll have to play it.
Yeah? I'll play that jazz the day Ellis sings the Fats Domino songbook.
Well, I'd like to get your opinion. See what you think of it, huh?
No, man.
Let's just listen to a little of it.
Don't let it touch my turntable, man.
Well, wait a minute.
I just had shearing on there, man.
Look, it'll only take a few seconds. Listen.
When I was on my way to high school, when a guy came through the door, woo!
Oh, you didn't hear enough of it.
Too much. I heard too much.
All right, you'll see. The kids will eat it up. They think that's good singing.
Is it?
Well, not really, baby, but don't tell the kids I said so, huh? Us little rock and roll labels got a good thing going. We pay off a few guys in the key cities here, rig a few charts there, bingo, a new hit parade. And that's how rock and roll was born.
Yeah, I'm hip.
Look, kid, if you don't want bread, what do you need? A little dental work? Trip to Vegas?
Forget it.
Pre-1959 cranberries?
You're all heart, Barney.
Heart?
That thing right behind your shoulder holster.
Huh? Oh, yeah. So, you don't want to give High School Ooh-Ooh a ride then, huh?
Only on a rail.
Oh, listen, kid. Payola's the only way a little record artist can get off the ground.
Yeah? Did you ever hear of Talent?
No, who does he record for?
Look, nothing really good ever had to pay to get played, only junk. The majority of disc jockeys never played ball with you at any price, but that's all over now. You've been benched.
I have?
And not a moment too soon. If your game had gone on much longer, the kids would have forgotten what music sounded like.
I've almost forgotten myself.
Not me. Can I show you to the door?
No, I'll just slide out under it.
That figures.
Don't worry. I'll be glad to get out of the music business.
You know what? You were never in it.
Stanley?
Yeah, Billy?
Has he gone?
Yeah.
I thought he'd never leave, like.
Didn't we all? Here, you want a copy of High School Ooh-Ooh?
Crazy. I'll have it melted down into a little vinylite statue of Conway Twitty.
Why not? You ready, Judd?
Yeah.
Okay, hit it, Billy.
Goodbye, 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 Obscurity Records. Goodbye, 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 you overnight one-shot. Hello, music. Hello, swing. Hello, jazz, you beautiful thing. Hello, 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 hello. What you gonna do when the...
So long, so long, so long, you nasal obstruction. You had your date, but paved your way to this church.
Short Mabel said she wasn't able. I told her, listen, Mama, don't a sight. So long, Tin Pan Amateur Night. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Hello, music. Hello, swing. Hello, jazz. You beautiful thing. Hello, 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 hello to you. Hello, hello.
Stan Freberg with Jesse White and supporting cast recorded that one early in 1960. It actually got on the charts, number 99 for 1 week on the Billboard Hot 100. Well, a lot of things didn't turn out perhaps quite like Stan Freberg might have liked in the years since then. For one thing, Ella Fitzgerald, she may have never recorded the Fats Domino songbook, but she recorded some songs by some people called the Beatles that nobody had ever heard of course, in 1960. A whole lot changed in rock and roll. It grew and prospered, but you know what? There's still a lot of swing and jazz around, too, for those that likes it, like me. Stan Freberg, well, he's still making some of the world's finest radio and TV commercials, and Jesse White's been very busy, too. So everything's turned out copacetic, hasn't it? This is the Dr. Demento Show.
31.2 seconds ago, Earth Raiders were about to quark me out of existence and out of the game again. Then Sally put a roll of Cert's candies next to my roll of quarters. She said they sweeten your breath with resin and intense flavors like wild cherry, fruit punch, and grape!
I can't believe this! I've got the Earth Raiders on the run! Sally, get me a fruit punch! Here come the Zytrons!
Cert's candies. Nothing's ever the same after you taste one.
And now the second hour of the Dr. Demento Show, bringing you the funny 5 most requested songs of the week and our profile in dementia on the Westwood One Radio Network.